Next question will come from Greg Allman.
Bruce, just want to ask you about Tom Brady in the second half, just what he did. You guys had settled for field goals there early, but what he did to find Gronkowski and find Evans and get touchdowns when he needed them.
Yeah, I mean, we kept stalling out around 28, 29, and second down was what was killing us. We were missing guys open and ended up in 3rd and 9s, 10s, 11s when it should have been 3rd and 4s and 5s, just hitting some easy guys. And but the second half, we kind of fixed it. And then great throw to Mike, great throw to Gronk. I thought Tyler probably made the play of the game, Tyler Johnson on that, first or second and 20. And great catch by him.
Bruce, it seemed like there was a concerted effort to get Jaden Mickens more involved. He had some big catches, had a 3rd down conversion, a 4th down conversion. Just what was your thinking in wanting to get him more involved?
Well, he took the spot of the F this week, and that's Chris's spot. So Chris is always involved. So we just put Mick in his spot and used basically the same plays, and he did a great job for us.
Thanks, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we'll go to Jenna Lane.
Hey, Coach. Just wondering what was said at halftime, you think, to get your guys coming out and fired up the way they did to go out there and get that interception right away and move the ball seemingly more efficiently in the second half?
There was no hollering or screaming or anything like that. Just do your job. And we weren't doing our job in the first half. Todd made some good adjustments on defense. Byron made a good adjustments. So it was just go out and play like we're capable of playing, and we needed a turnover. We needed something good to happen to get the snowball rolling, and Carlton provided it, and then Sean provided it, and so we capitalized off those turnovers.
Every game is a learning experience, especially when you've got so many new pieces and you're trying to kind of gel together still at this point in the season. What can you guys take from this experience? A very close call that you can hopefully apply going forward.
The last time we had a close call, we lost. So this one we won. So we've grown some as a team. And it wasn't our best effort, but it was enough to win.
Thanks, Coach.
Next, we'll go to Scott Reynolds.
Hey, Bruce, congrats on the win. Last year, you guys lost on a missed field goal. What does it say about Ryan Suckup to hit all 4 of his kicks tonight? I'm sure you'd rather him kick extra points than field goals, but 4 of 4 from the night and then hitting the extra points when you put him out there. Yeah,
no, it's kind of a tricky win, but he's a veteran dude, and that's what I love about him. He doesn't blink. He just goes out and gets his job done. And, he had a heck of a game. It was definitely a worthy game, that's for sure.
And when it came to running the ball, you guys found a kind of tough sledding between the tackles against the Giants' defensive tackles and Blake Martinez. What prompted you guys to run the ball so much on first down between the tackles when it seemed like you guys were getting just no yards, 1 yard, 2 yard?
Just continue to do it because the play action was setting it up. But it's a good defensive front, but you got to run the ball. I mean, you can't just start throwing it all over the place.
Thank you, Bruce.
Mm-hmm.
Next, we'll go to Sarah Walsh.
Hey, Bruce, you talked about needing a turnover, and more often than not, when this team has needed a turnover, this defense has come up with it time and time again, even if the game's not the prettiest. Can you just talk about the consistency of being able to do that each and every week and what that's done for this team?
Yeah, it's been great, and it's been a different guy. Carlton most of the time, but I was really happy for Sean Murphy-Bunting to get his tonight. Jamel had his hands on one. Gosh, Levante had one. Anytime you drop an interception, something bad is going to happen. But, the guys just kept hanging in there and played every play. But, yeah, turnovers have been huge for us.
Next, we'll go to Dan Lucas.
All right, Coach. You mentioned the turnovers there for the defense. The final drive, they converted 2 4th downs. And what did you see on those plays? And was it disappointing that it came down to having to make a stop on a 2-point conversion in the end?
Yeah, I mean, we lost contain on one, let him get out of the pocket. And the other one, same thing. We had him hemmed up, let him get out. If you let this guy get out, he's going to make a play on you. And he did both times. So it was we had good rush, but we just didn't stay disciplined enough.
And third game in a row, and again, the turnovers come into play for you guys. You're able to cash in on those with points really immediately. What does it do to the offense when they get to step right back on the field like that? Tonight it was the difference when you said you guys were really looking for some energy.
Yeah, it really was. And for us, it's take the turnovers and turn them into touchdowns. We got the field goal the first time I was not happy with, but we got the touchdown the second time and got the lead. And but yeah, I mean, that just energizes everybody.
Next, we'll go to Greg Alman.
Bruce, on both interceptions in the second half, it looked like Shaq Barrett had pressure that kind of led to bad throws. He didn't have a sack tonight, but what can you say about what he did?
Yeah, he caused both of them. He was, his numbers aren't the same, but he's getting a lot of push. He had quarterback in the grass both times, and the young quarterback, he's still trying to do too much. And when you're in the grass for those guys, it costs them basically the ball game throwing those 2 picks. But God bless him, he is hard to handle, and he's a kid that thinks he can make a play.
We have time for a couple more. We'll go to Rick Stroud and then Jenna Lane.
Bruce, Tom Brady said before the game, you actually talked about this last night on how, you got to come out ready to play, that these guys on Monday night are going to be fired. Can you just tell us what you told your team about, this could happen? They're have to pay attention to the record or whatever.
Basically, there's an old adage about assuming. I can't go into the whole thing, but it was written on the blackboard. And, just remember last year in the second half, coming out of halftime, we assumed we had a game won and we blew one. And, this one we won. But basically that was it. And it didn't backfire, thank God.
Last question will come from Jenna Lane.
Yeah, Coach, your young rookie, Antoine Winfield Jr., just continues to get more and more talk and attention. What can you just say about the season that he's had, and for him to be able to go out there and make a play like that in the final moments of the game to secure the win? What can you say about the job that he's done?
Yeah, he's been consistent since the day he's gotten here. He verbalizes so much out on the field, which most rookies just will not do. And even second-year players, but he's talking, he's communicating. He's a baller. I mean, he's got it in his bloodlines, and there's no stage that's too big for him.
All right, that's all we have time for. Appreciate the time, Coach.
Thanks.